So I just did a little mini haul at Healthy Planet. This is not a very healthy actual haul, but I'm just being real. These are the few things that I needed, and they're just quick and easy convenience foods, things that the kids can whip up easily. So I like to have a few of these things on hand at home. But like I said, a lot of them are treats, and they are things that will last a long time because nobody's going to eat all these marshmallows in one sitting. But I'm just being real. There is times where we do buy convenience food, and usually it's at Healthy Planet, so I can try to at least make sure it's as healthy as possible. And I'm also supporting some Canadian companies, and that's why I only buy these vegan beef patties as well. So I got this milk for $3.99. That is the only coconut milk that they had at the store, so I didn't really have much to choose from. That's what I got. And then I also got a low dose iron for one of the kids. Even though labs come out perfect, she still feels like her iron is low, so I just got her a low dose iron just to top her up. These noodles are for my 20-year-old. She really likes them. They're really quick and easy if I'm working and she's on the run. It's just nice to have at home. 20 grams of protein, so that's a good thing to have at home, even though it's an instant kind of type of noodle. Yeah, they're plant-based, 20 grams of protein, and they were 3 for $7. This little cashew, Justin's like cashew, like a peanut butter cup, was $2.99, and these are really hard to find actually. So it's really only, I believe, Whole Foods and the Healthy Planets that have it. The marshmallows are nice to have in the winter and like hot chocolates and whatnot. These are my son's favorite, and he doesn't really eat very many snacks, so this is what he likes. And these were 2 for $11. And they're just vegan marshmallows, minis, and then large ones. And then I needed cacao for a recipe, and I am all out. So this is the one that I got. I think this is the best deal even when I look on Amazon. It was $23.99 for this really big bag, 454 grams, and it's organic cacao. So yeah, got that. These vegan Jamaican beef patties are expensive, $4.49. They were a little bit cheaper before. I think they were like $3.99, but the price has gone up on everything. This is an indulgent thing, just a quick and easy thing to have in the freezer. We usually have it like maybe 2 times a year, and I really look forward to it. So there was a vegan or plant-based little festival, not the big ones that go on in Toronto, and these guys were always there, and I loved it. This was so many years ago, and I believe it was a Christmas market, the first time that I had it, and we were like hooked. It is so, so good. But because, you know, of course, there's probably oil in it, there's Beyond Meat in it. We try to just have it once in a while, but it is a really nice treat, and they are so, so delicious. So even if you're not plant-based, trust me, if you try it, you will be like amazed at how delicious they are. It's the pastry that gets me. They make such a good pastry too. It's not only the filling being delicious, but the pastry is made to perfection. Then I got the pH alkaline water. So the alkaline water was $4 for 2 of them. So that was the price on these. So got 2 of those. I just looked at the receipt, and even though these iron pills are $23.99, they were actually on sale. So I saved $4.80. So that was really good. So I got this for one of the kids because they really like it, and it's really hard to find, and they like it as a treat. They can make wraps with it or just have it, you know, with a side dish. But 20 grams of protein, because this particular child really is trying to up their protein. They're in the gym, etc. So they need to have things like this in between. So yeah, 20 grams of protein. This was $7.99 for this bag, but it was $1.60 off. Whatever, I'll take anything I can get for discount, sure. Not much of a discount, but you know, better than nothing. And then this is for a recipe as well, for one of the kids, one of her favorite meals. So I'm gonna make that this week. So I needed this one, and it's 8 grams, no, 18 grams. I thought it was 8 grams. 18 grams of protein per serving. Wow. Okay, so, and that was the same thing, $1.60 off, $7.99 for the bag. These are super expensive, and thank goodness it's just something that we have in the house to top us up when, you know, the kids need something quick and easy, because they are quite expensive, but they do make a good meal. And again, they're higher in protein, which is important. So yeah, that is my mini haul from Healthy Planet. Not the healthiest haul, but it's convenience things. It's things that we need right now. It's things I need for recipes. And I always like to have alkaline water. We have not picked some up, so I have to just have these, and that's fine. I feel much better when I'm having it. Teas, this is my favorite company. This is my absolute favorite. We have so many teas by them, and I do grow my own teas and make my own tea bags, but I mean, they won't last the whole year. So if I do buy tea, it's always going to be this brand. I love it. So this is just a cup of calm, because it's nice to have, you know, in the evenings, and it's all really good ingredients, organic. And then raspberry leaf, because of having heavy periods. This is really good if you have heavy periods. I'm in like perimenopause and I still have heavy periods. I think it's going to be like a lifetime thing. But yeah, so raspberry leaf helps a lot. If you drink it leading up to your period, it helps a lot. So I always tell everybody that I know that's complaining about cramps and heavy periods, raspberry leaf is your best friend. It's something that I've been implementing my whole life. And when I drop off and don't have it, that's when I'm in trouble. So that's that for the teas. So that was a nice healthy find. So all of this came to $106.41. And that is only because the tax was $2.49, because usually we are taxed to death here, but we got like a break for the last little bit, where they basically said a lot of things were not going to be taxed anymore for like 2 months. So I think it's till February. Everybody's living their best life right now because we're saving a bit of money. Just because if you're not Canadian, you wouldn't understand. I talked to American friends and they are like shocked at how taxed we are. Income tax is insane. We don't have free healthcare, by the way. We are taxed to death on that. And then you go to the grocery store, you're taxed to death on everything. We used to have like baby products were not, you know, taxed, things like that. Now everything is. So having this little break right now for the holidays is really nice, because you save a little bit of money, because otherwise this would have been a lot more money. When you look at your receipt, you're like a little bit shook every time you go to the store, because that's how much they take. But yeah, so that's that. And it was 106.41 cents only because of the tax break. Okay guys, so you're gonna need 2 cups of coconut milk or any other milk of choice, but I like the coconut milk because I feel like this kicks it up a notch. This is gonna taste a lot better, and I just like the combination better for this particular drink. Also, it doesn't contain any oil. You'll be very surprised, but if you live in Canada, take a look at your plant-based milks. Things you can't even imagine have canola oil in it. Well, milk is one of those things here. So yeah, open your eyes, guys. There's a lot of weird things going on into our milks, but sorry, my phone's going off. This one does not contain oil, so that makes me happy. I can actually have an oil-free drink, because who would think that would be an issue? But apparently in Canada it is. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of pure maple syrup, or you don't have to put any if you don't want it sweet at all, but I am going to add a little bit because again, we have health benefits here. We're gonna put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons of our organic cacao, and we are going to whisk it all in a nice little pot and get everything going and everything mixed up nicely. And then once it gets really nice and hot, before it boils, you're going to take it off the heat, and then you are just going to pour it into the cups. And then I like to garnish it with a little bit of the cinnamon, because I feel like that kicks it up a notch when you're drinking it. You get that little hint of cinnamon on top and it looks really pretty. for presentation purposes. So that's what we're gonna do. Super easy, really quick. Okay, so we've got our 2 cups of coconut milk, and this milk looks really, really nice. It looks really creamy, and yeah, I'm really liking this one. So this is made in Canada, and again, it has no oil. So protein is very low in this, so that's typically why I don't buy it. But you know what? It is what it is. It's got 2 grams of fiber per serving for every 1 cup. So, I mean, that adds up, I suppose. So yeah, non-GMO. That's a win, I think. I'm just heating up my pot, and then we can pour it in. How creamy and delicious. So this is what I mean. You can use another milk, but this one's gonna add a level of creaminess. It's a little more fatty, yes, but you're not having coconut milk every day. So if you are, you know, on a low fat diet, you might want to choose something else. But if you are allowed a treat every once in a while, I suggest you using the coconut milk. It's gonna kick it up a notch. It tastes really delicious. And yeah, it's gonna make a difference. So 1 teaspoon of the turmeric powder. So that's gonna go in. And look at the color already. Look how beautiful the color is. So now we have 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna do 2 of these, of the natural organic cacao powder. So that is gonna go in. Okay, so in we go. And then 1 more. And the second one. Okay. Now we have 1 teaspoon of the organic cinnamon. Okay, organic cinnamon went in. Okay, and now we have 1 teaspoon of pure maple syrup. And there we go. Just 1 teaspoon. You can taste it after, and if you feel like you need a little more, you can put another teaspoon in, no big deal, but don't put too much because then it might be too sweet. And it's going to be very flavorful anyway, so just start with a little bit and then you can work your way through a little bit more if you need it. So you're just gonna whisk everything. Whisk everything up. As it heats up, everything's gonna mix much better. So I tend to just put all the ingredients in and then mix it all in one shot, because then the milk is already getting warmer. Again, you don't want this to be boiling, so you just want it to get nice and warm and all of the ingredients to mix really nicely. So you give that a little mix and then let it do its thing for a little bit. And then you can transfer it to a cup. It's on a medium to low heat just to warm up, again, not to boil. But now it's getting bubbly, so that means it's getting nice and hot, and I think we are ready to take it off the heat because we don't want it to get too hot. So that is ready. Let's take that off the heat and just let it sit for a minute while we froth some milk. Optional, you don't need to do it. But I like to add 1/2 cup of the milk, any kind of milk, either soy milk or more of the coconut milk. And I like to add a little bit of that to my drink on top, just froth it up. And that is just for garnish. It's not necessary. It's perfectly fine to pour it in a cup and put some cinnamon on top. But this is a little something extra in case you have a frother. Then yeah, go for it. Froth up some milk. Getting nice and steamy, and then I'm just going to top the froth with a little bit of the cinnamon in my cup. I'm going to add some of that frothed milk on top and then go ahead and put the cinnamon. So again, I like the combination of putting a little bit of maple syrup, but you don't have to. You can just use the brown sugar to sweeten it. And we have very few ingredients, and this is a powerful drink. Milk to froth with is soy milk. Honestly, it froths the best. I put a little bit of the coconut milk in, but it's just too watery to do the frothing. So I just mixed the soy milk with it, and plus that has higher protein, so I'm not sad about that either. And that way I can get a nice froth on top of my mug. And then I put a little bit of that cinnamon on top, and now it is done. Don't forget to taste it before you put it into the mug, and that way you know that it's sweet enough, because remember, these ingredients are, you know, a little stronger because turmeric is a little stronger. And if you're not used to it, maybe put half of a teaspoon when you're starting off with turmeric if you're not used to it. And you know, the cacao is not sweetened, so you're gonna need a little something just to make it, you know, a little sweet. Unless you really don't like sweet drinks, you know, then that's different. But I think most people are gonna want some sort of a sweetener in it just to make it a little bit more tastier, because if not, it will be a little strong. So this is my final drink. I put it into this nice mug. You have enough for 2 servings. This is a quite large mug, but yeah, there's 2 servings worth here. And you can share with somebody, or you can cut the recipe in half. But yeah, super nutritious, super healthy. This is a nice cozy drink for the winter, and it isn't loaded with caffeine. You know, you're not gonna get super jittery. Yes, chocolate does have caffeine in it, and some people are very sensitive to, you know, the caffeine in any type of cacao. But it is in very low amounts. It's not like drinking a whole coffee, you know, at Starbucks or something. There is a difference. So if you're super sensitive, then maybe you have to stay away from cacao. I don't know. Only you know your body. But I know for me, when I'm trying to be low on caffeine, this is fine. I don't get jittery. I don't have any issues with it. So you know, basically have to know your own body and know what's best for you. So I'm not going to say it's completely caffeine free, but it's low caffeine, I guess, because cacao does have a little bit of caffeine in it. Super healthy, antioxidants. So I'm just going to finish my cozy drink and just chill for a little bit. I am going to head to the library in a bit, but I have a really quick and easy dinner that I can make for today. I'm just going to make tomato soup, so that will be super easy. And I'm just going to throw in whatever bean I have, maybe chickpeas, maybe black beans, depends on my mood, honestly. Just some sort of a bean to get extra protein in. I'm going to have brown rice, so that is going to be really healthy and nutritious and so fast to whip together. So I'm just going to have this and have, you know, just some quiet time, watch a video, deal with King snoring over here. So just enjoying my drink, just chilling. And then I'm gonna head out and go, I guess, look around in the library. Don't really need books, but I think it's really good, especially for my son. That way he can, you know, just look at a variety of different books, just chill, get used to being in the library because it's so important. I'm trying to foster the love of reading. And there is just a lot to do, and Toronto libraries are amazing because there's always something to do for kids. So again, if you're not used to turmeric, then maybe put less turmeric, and if you're not a huge cinnamon fan, maybe less cinnamon. But I love both and I'm used to having it, so these are the quantities that I'm using, but feel free to adjust if you feel like it's too strong. There's no harm in adjusting. It's better than making it and you feel like it's a little too much for you, especially if you're not used to these herbs. Herbs, are they? Yeah, turmeric is an herb, right? I mean, no, it's a root.